G'day guys, Rubber Kitty here. Hey, the temptation to put unrealistic expectations on people. It's a big thing in this day and age. I'm not sure whether it's increased or decreased lately, or whether it's because, social media, everything's so easy, everything's like instant. I call it like the Mac expectations. We expect everything bigger, better, faster, more, do it now, immediately, I want it, sort of thing. But resisting the temptation to put unrealistic expectations on people, on others, but also especially yourself. Humans tend to overestimate their own capabilities a lot of the times, and not account for what's going on, like actually what's going on. This can happen a lot when you're just too absorbed in something, and it can be detrimental in a way that if you don't meet those goals, that expectations that you set, it causes a lot of friction, whether it's disappointment in yourself leading to self-doubt in your abilities, or it's creating friction with others. That kind of pisses me off in general when other people make promises for you to keep. I think that's quite rude. It's like, well, how about you talk with us first before you start making promises that you say that you're going to keep, but realistically other people are keeping for you. You gotta really think about that, because if you don't do that, then they can't get back to you with what their realistic expectations of things are and how they work. Not only that, but it causes lots of drama, because then, you're arguing about stuff and it's like, well, I expect it to be this and that. It's like, well, why did you promise that? Check with people. Bring realism back into your expectations. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we deal with, or that I deal with, has to deal with people's fantasies and stuff, what people have an image of themselves or others, or expectations in a relationship. And I think that's becoming more common these days, where people are living in this world where it's okay to have dreams, but fantasies that, while achievable, if you don't tell or let anyone know, or put effort into it to bring it about and expect others to do it for you, is not really achievable. It's kind of not letting the left hand talk to the right hand, or the brain not engaging and coordinating between the left and right hand. It's like the brain's going, okay, I'm going to do this, but your body's not doing it. So what you got to do? You got to work on, okay, what can I realistically do? What can they realistically do? And what are my expectations? Are they realistic or not? Is it too much for me, given everything, not just one particular, isolated instance, but everything that goes on in my life, my own routine, not just, I can do this in like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, yes, I could do it in 5 or 10 minutes, but I've also got all these other obligations that I need to fulfill that come before that. So I'm not going to put those aside every time you want me to do a 5-minute job, because it's just 5 minutes. It's not that point. It's that I've got these other jobs which will take longer, and that might take 5 minutes, but these other jobs I've put off 10-20 times to do 10-25 minute jobs, which means that 5-minute job is actually turned into a 1-hour job. But not only that, but sometimes your mindset, you need to switch. Say for example, you're going to go to the shops. You've got in your mind what you're going to do. You're going to the shops. You think about it, what you're going to get. You write down a list if you need to. You go, okay, I need to get in the car. So you've got your mindset in a mode to drive the car. So your awareness is different from driving the car down to the shops as opposed to walking down to the shops, because you've got to prepare differently. In the car, you go, okay, I've got my bags, blah, blah, blah. I've got my keys. If you're going to walk down the shops, you go, okay, I've got my comfy shoes on, I've got my bags, I've got a coat if I need it, what's the weather going to be like, you know, different mindset, different things, but you actually have to switch between it. It's not a case of what people call multitasking. It's called switchability, having neuroplasticity to be able to change from one task to another. Sometimes I can be doing multiple things concurrently. I'm not really multitasking because I'm not really doing a couple of things at once. I'm actually switching, and the ability to switch between those tasks, sometimes they're technical and creative. That's a lot harder to switch between technical and creative. Well, for me it is anyway. And to preserve that mindset, but to be drawn out of it and put into something that's go, okay, well, you know, you have to do this because someone else made a promise, does get a bit annoying. So the thing is with that is the unrealistic expectations, putting those on others, putting them on yourself, but also expecting others to do it for you. If you touch base with people and communicate, I mean, it sounds weird that expectations you need communication with, and some of them actually physical doing things, but getting it's kind of like an adjustment in reality for you and for others, that, you know, okay, where am I at the moment? How can I adjust? Is this realistic? Is it not realistic? Okay, we'll push back this time. And a lot of people who are into project management or have done things or been literally the meat and the sandwich when it comes to processes and in their daily job know that sometimes you're relying on people for things before you can start something. And it's good if they kind of let you know, is it going to be later? Is it going to be earlier? Is it going to be a requirement missing? Is it going to cost more? And you're much better off knowing up front with all the information, so that way you can adjust whatever you're doing to cause less disruption and more effective and more efficient working in your life. You can make better use of your time. So that's the communication thing. If you don't just expect everyone to come to you and ask you questions all the time, and you actually have to reach out to people and do this, it's annoying, it's a waste of time, and a lot of people need to be absorbed in what they're doing to make it, you know, it's their own lives and their own time, and they should be the ones to make the decision on how they use and utilize that to their best efficiency and how they work, because they know how they work. But if you deny people that opportunity, then it's just going to cause friction. And the other thing is, if you resist the temptation to put all these unrealistic expectations on people, you'll find yourself pleasantly surprised. I mean, I have a general expectation of people being courteous, people being considerate. It kind of annoys me when people aren't. They just assume all the time. They don't check back with you. It's not, I mean, it's a big thing where people think, oh, you're telling me what to do, and you expect me to submit to you and stuff like that in the business. And it's like, no, it's just being polite, being considerate, treating me like a human being, and that my time and effort actually matter. So I don't know, if you don't do that, then, well, you're just taking things for granted. I try not to do that. Try and appreciate the day. It's a beautiful day today, nice and sunny. It might be showers on the weekend, I hear. Sunday there's projected to be thunderstorms, but the weather forecast has been a bit iffy lately. I mean, it wasn't supposed to rain yesterday, but it did. In the morning, mind you, so it did clear up at night. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful day. Lots of the bougainvilleas are out. And it's Friday. Awesome for the weekend. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.